Yeah, all right. So I think we are pretty much ready to get on to contracts here. So we're going to do contracts and we're going to do scout setup in this second half of the live stream. And of course, this is going to be where the cut mark is for the what's the word I'm looking for? This is where the cut mark's going to be for the actual edited videos afterwards. We're going to try to make them about 20 to 25 minutes long, somewhere in there. And all right, let's get to the off season here. So we've got a few players to re-sign. Igor Zamula is probably the only restricted free agent, and man, oh man, we got a lot of players to re-sign. So let's get to it. Yeah, Marchesseault's getting a decent contract. He's a good player. I'm not really going to hesitate too much on the actual contract situations here. You guys are probably looking at me like, he's insane. He's spending so much money. We're going to be bad for 4 years. That's more than likely the case. That's why we're offering out this money right now. But you never know. This might end up just completely turning around, going the opposite way, and having our players end up playing really good. And Vinny and Chatfield don't want to play for us. That's not great. That's really not great. I was really hoping those guys would be down to play for us. So we'll bump their contracts up by a little bit. I really want Barabanov. I really want him to re-sign. We should get Lizotte for that money. We should get Noshik. We should get Zamula. I kind of get the feeling Zamula is going to end up just getting claimed at some point, which isn't great, but that's probably going to be what happens. And yeah, all these guys know we have the extra money to spend, so they're like, pay me 1.1 instead of 975K kind of thing. We might have to retry that Zahorna contract. I wasn't really paying attention there, but yeah, as we spammed through here a little bit more, Liam O'Brien's going to get 1.45. All right, so what what does everybody else think about that comment on Vasilyev wearing number 1? I like 42. I think that's a very unique number. And, I mean, he's going to be the face of the franchise eventually because, he's faceless. But overall, though, yeah, I don't know what to even think of that comment. That caught me so hard. 42 definitely. Number 11 from Anderson family. Interesting. Okay. I like the comments we're getting. It definitely plays into this a little more. Don't think it would be realistic to wear 40 or to wear number 1. Agreed, Ben. That's what I was like. Oh, that just gives me an ick thinking about a player wearing number 1. All right, so here come the contracts. We get Robinson, Chatfield, Johnson, Walker, Tanev, Vinny, Desharnais, Lomberg, Lizotte, Lankinen, Noshik, Zamula, O'Brien, Barbashev. I don't think we got Liabushkin. I think that was, he declined that. I might be wrong. Casey DeSmith, Jonathan Marchesseault, Carson Kuhlman, Brady Keeper, Callie Rosen, Zahorna, and of course, Oleg Vasilyev. All right. I think we got just about everybody. We were very close there. Yeah, it was literally just Liabushkin. So we will sign him. We have $22 million of cap space left, so we will have to pay somebody out a decent chunk of money in free agency here. But yeah, we're off to the right start. That's all I can really say. So let's continue on here. Or 42. I think we're going to stick with 42 for Vasilyev just because it seems like the most... Oh, goodness. Okay, slow down. Liabushkin, are you going to sign a contract here, please? You're only 29. 1 year at $3 million. Take it, please. Okay. All right. Do we get Liabushkin on the next try? Oh, it was so generous compared to my expectation. Not off to a great start there, Ilya, I gotta say. Really not off to a great start. But, apart from that, again, I'm just going to constantly be turning all of this stuff off because I really wish there was a setting for non-GM block. You could just turn off that you're block gets created by the AI. But all right, we're at free agency, and as we continue on to what's going to be the next season here pretty soon, there's going to be minimal top-end free agents that are actually undrafted players, so we will continue spamming through here slow and steadily and see if we can actually find anybody that might be worth our time. Maybe, probably not. We're definitely more on the hunt for forwards, so like a Mark Giordano doesn't really make sense for our team. Anybody else? Zaitsev as well. Dylan Coughlin might not be a bad pickup. He turned out to be pretty good in our last Growlers franchise mode that we did. Let's go 2.5 mil on him. Hopefully he'll sign that. I believe Martinook is... No, he's not undrafted. Never mind. Here's a Taylor Radish there, which is probably related. I'm not actually certain on that one. There's a guy we can take. Okay, so we're going to pay Kiefer Sherwood an exorbitant amount of money. And if you guys don't know why I do 1 year $16-ish million deals on guys, is because it's then a cap filler. So then we don't take cap penalties, and our players that already have big contracts don't end up getting bigger contracts from the auto inflation the game creates. So yeah, that's the only reason why we're making that move there. If you're ever wondering, for those of you who haven't seen Draft to Glory series before. Yeah, okay, that's probably going to be it for players that we pick up. Actually, we can pick up Snively. Of course, a bunch of this is going to clear up, too, as soon as we... Carter Hart probably shouldn't be in the game anymore, but okay. A bunch of this will obviously clear up as soon as we simulate on a few days, but... Any decent potential? Ooh, Jacob Fowler ends up not signed by the Canadiens. I don't know why that's the case. That's a big old mess up. So hopefully Montreal will sign him. Maybe they won't. I don't know why that happens, but I guess we'll have to actually list him as a full-on contract in the next roster editing and update. So we've offered 2 contracts out there, one to Dylan Coughlin and one to Kiefer Sherwood, and that should be it as far as who we're going to get. Oh, sorry, we got Joe Snively too. So, all right, that is it. Those are the 3 we're going to do. I do wonder if we go to higher staff, how good are the scouts in here? Not fabulous, if I'm being completely honest. So, all right, let's see. It's the first year. Oh, excuse me. First year of this Draft to Glory. So there's going to be more players in the CHL, or sorry, less players in the CHL than there will be in following years. As I almost spilled coffee on my white shirt. The other thing we have to check here, is how is Oleg Vasilyev's drip, as far as what's his hockey style looking like. No, a lot of you guys are like, oh, we're number 1. I don't... Oh, he's black. I wasn't ready for that. I was absolutely certain that a player named Vasilyev was out of Belarus as well, was going to be probably white. But yeah, no, okay. Oleg Vasilyev is the... Okay, I was not ready for that. I'm sorry, guys. That's why I'm laughing. Yeah, we're going with CCM for the drip. No doubt about that. We're going with the TAC 710. It's just such a classic helmet. And then for his stick, you know what? I'm feeling well, he's a playmaker. But I am feeling... Actually, no, the Ghost looks so nice. Just as far as how it matches our jersey and everything, we're going with the Ghost for him. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's check out, what's his hair looking like? Oh, he's got the full, like, shave and everything. Oh, he's got a little stash going, too. Okay, all right. I see you there, Oleg. All right. We're going to bump that right up for the playoffs. He's going to just be, like, the next Lanny McDonald. But yeah, wow, there you go. All right. And True Gloves. You wanted True Gloves, okay. Is that what you're saying, Real Divinity, is that he should have True Gloves on? Because we can do that. I don't mind the all-matching CCM, but let's see, which True Gloves actually look nice. A lot of them don't. Those ones actually aren't too bad, like the A6. You know what? Yeah, okay. Let's go with True Gloves and a True Stick, because why not? Like, just add a little variety to it, right? So, is there any just black and white True? Yeah, this one's actually not bad. Actually, I really like the AX9, so that's probably what we're going to go with for him. Okay, there you go. All right, there you go. Oleg Vasilyev. That's our newest player. That's going to be our guy. So there you go. Boom. Done. Edited. We're not going to touch him again, probably, because he's just going to be good. So yeah, this is going to be that's going to be a fun player to watch eventually. I mean, we got to get him the right line mates. We got to get him probably some kind of sniper-esque player that's like a Mario Lemieux comparison or something. But I think we're ready to go to the next season here. We could probably do the scout planning now while there's more scouts available. So let's do that because, oh my goodness, we got 3 A and 2 B rated scouts. I am not opposed to that at all. We're probably going to end up with some really good Finnish guys, too, if we have this many decent Liga scouts. And, ooh, an Allsvenskan scout. We might put Korpikoski in the Extra Liga, honestly. That's kind of what I'm looking at, Extra Liga NLA kind of area. That might happen. We got an A+ scout in Russia, so that's really good. And then anybody else? We'll keep Ramo over in the SHL for now. Keep Francois Garon in the queue. We are going to be firing off quite a few of these scouts, though. That is going to just be exactly what happens. Jerome Pettit we might keep. He's a C-rated scout, so we'll hold on to him for now. But we're gonna fire off Jude Gibson for sure. He's gone. We're gonna have a full amateur scouting team, obviously, because it's Draft to Glory. And we're gonna put Per Klingberg over in probably the queue as well. So we'll do that now. Because yeah, we're gonna want two scouts in every region. In the CHL at least. Brendan Phillips is good in the dub. We're going to keep Fairchild in the O. I think we're probably going to fire Gilbert again. Jean Boucher, we might move over. Yeah, we'll move him to the Central because the U.S. Central usually gets the most prospects out of all of them. Usually, not always, but most of the time. So we'll want 2 scouts there. Agostino is okay. Okay, first off, we're definitely firing off most of these scouts. Like D- is just so low. I mean, maybe we hold on to Robert Johnson there, but yeah, like we're firing off pretty much all of these low-rated scouts. So Reeves is gone. We're going to fire Johnson too. And honestly, like even the C- will probably be gone pretty quickly here. So, yeah, okay, let's go hire some staff as well. Because we are going to want quite a few more scouts than this. First things first, let's go get a U.S. Central scout in Kaylee Lowry. And then we'll probably want... no, we don't need any Q scouts. We might want an O scout, we'll see about that one. And then, do we have an East or West? Yeah, okay. Vincent Duvereau is going to be a West scout. And do we have any East scouts? Well, we have Stu Carlson could be a Central scout. Okay, yeah, we'll hire Stu Carlson to be a Central scout. And then I'm looking for an A ish rating. There we go, A+ on Manuel Fisset out of the USA League, which is hilarious, or Emmanuel Fisset. As far as European scouts go, we are going to sort by Europe because we do need 4, probably. So we'll go with Jolene Daggle, get her. We'll get Elena Krupp we'll get Will Ternaski as one of our scouts. That was for NLA, I believe. And then we got an extra Liga there in Ava Bradley. Awesome. All right, so those scouts are all taken care of. As far as the Nordic region goes, we probably need one more SHL scout. And Melissa Zetterberg will do. After that, we also probably need one more Russian scout. And Sergei Yakupov will be that person. Okay, I gotta do a total here now because we're at 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we've offered 9 contracts, so that's not enough. We're gonna have to fire off probably 2 to 3 more scouts. So Jean Boucher is probably gonna be one of those scouts. So he's gone. I think we're going to move Popovich too, and probably Duffy, just because we can get higher rated scouts. So yeah, we'll fire off all of those scouts, and then Pettit is just not really great at any regions. We're going to fire him off. Okay, so we'll advance a day or two with that scouting crew. If you guys have any questions at all about scouting, let me know in the chat, because there's so much when it comes to scouting as far as getting your group set up and actually making sure you scout a draft class properly. All right, we got a ton of staff there. So, with all of that in mind, we now have 3 Liga scouts, which is incorrect. Korpikoski, you're not horrible. You're horrible at scouting. Okay, Ben. Well, watch this series, because it's gonna teach you. It's gonna teach you how to actually scout. Wow, I must be hungry. I'm gonna have to go get some food here at some point. But all right, let's see. Zetterberg was the other scout getting realigned here. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to relocate Melissa Zetterberg to the SHL. So the first step then really is just making sure that your scouts are as high rated as possible on their overall, and then of course try to be region efficient as far as A+, or at the very least A's. Like you're seeing Korpikoski here as a B- is probably a mistake on my part. We should probably have them somewhere else because they are an A- scouts. We're not going to let them go. Ava Bradley is going to be an extra Liga scout because there's just no way I'm doing that any other way. And yeah, for like oh my god, we have a lot of Q scouts. That's way too many. But when it comes to actually dispersing out your players properly as well, it's always a little bit tricky because there's just so many regions. Really, at the end of the day, it comes down to just making sure you have the most scouts in the biggest regions and then kind of dispersing out your other numbers from there, because that's really the quickest and probably only efficient way to do it. So yeah, we'll go like that. Okay. Klingberg is going to stay there. Guerin is going to stay there. All right, our Q scouting is probably not going to be awesome. We're going to relocate Begin to a... Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Is it Fisset? Yeah, Fisset is the one that has the really good Eastern USA scouting. No idea why, but we will take it. Yeah, the scouting, I feel like scouting isn't, from my perspective at least, it isn't hard only because it's just tedious more than anything. It's just time consuming as far as actually going through, hitting your dates on the scouting reports, and then making sure you're scouting the next players properly as well. That's really about it as far as how to break down what it takes to be a good scout in NHL. But I think we're firing Per Klingberg too, honestly. I feel like we can just get better scouts. Alright, so we'll go hire a few more scouts here. We're waiting on Carlson, who's very likely going to be a USA Central scout. And then I just want like an A+ rated dub scout. There we go. Okay, Daniel Days. That's actually a great name. Daniel Days will be one of those. And then we also want an A+O scout, which don't exist apparently. There we go. Manuel Ouellet. And okay, apart from that, our staff is almost complete. We've offered out 5 more contracts. We have 4 positions open right now. So we will advance another few days. And this is the tedious part right here, guys, is just making sure that you set up your players in the correct spot. Okay, there we go. Dackel, Valet. Was that all 5? No, there we go. Oh, we don't have enough budget for days. Okay. Budget for days. We don't have it. Okay, so we might have to wait on days then until the next season, simply because that's just kind of what I was expecting to happen. Yeah, we have like no money left after that. So, assign scouts. Just make sure we got essentially almost 2 in every region apart from the European regions only get 1. That's why Tanarski's going to the NLA, because Europe is a much smaller scouting region overall. All right, and then after that, where's the other guy I was just looking at? Is Dackel in the right spot? Yes, she is. Dorovo is probably going to be fine there. Garon, yeah, okay. Garon and Begin are fine there. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so Carlson is going to be a... what do you call it? Central scout. Boom. Okay, that's done. So, yeah, as you can see, we got the 2 USA Central, 1 West, 1 East. That is a big, kind of easy setup and build to use. We're going to put Ouellet in the OHL. That's the wrong region. Then we get the A+ there. You probably want 2 to 3 scouts in each region, depending on kind of where you're at. And then, yeah, okay, we don't have the budget for days yet, so we'll have to wait and sim to the next season. And yeah, our scouting crew's almost fully set up at this point. So, yeah. Once we get them fully set up, then we're going to have a really good chance of getting scouting done properly and efficiently. But of course, we've got lines to edit here too before we actually finish off this live stream. So let's see our owner goals first year. They want us, we're a conservative seller, acquire 4 picks in the first 2 years. We are going to fail that horribly. We're going to also not get a first round pick in the upcoming draft. So that is what it is. All right. Let's move this little, oh, that's not the right one. Move this little draft bar up and over here so you guys can see the date and everything still, because that is actually important. And all right, here we go. We're ready to set the lines. And Brazeau isn't even going to make the team. All right, that is okay. I kind of figured that might happen. And okay, we are going to probably have to change our coaching staff at some point too, because there is just no way that our team survives with Vasilyev being a second-line player for more than 1 season. So that is very likely what is going to be the case. Our goalies look quite nice. We have 3 additional defensemen. Oh my goodness, this team is like borderline stacked. That's the only way I could kind of talk about this, is this is a borderline stacked team. We're going to play Zamula probably up. Yeah, like he can play second pairing. That's fine. And we're going Sean Walker on the left there because why not? There we go. That's a defense. That is a defense right there. Not bad. Not bad at all. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay, so as we continue to edit here, what are you guys thinking about the line so far? Let me know because, again, there's tons of options and variation. I think starting Vasilyev on the second line is probably the right play, just as far as to not kind of overdo his development right off the bat. Vinny, Chatfield, and Lyabushkin all fit the the top two pairings quite nicely. So I'm thinking we'll go. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure how I want to play this when it comes to our lines. What if we go Vinny with? Yeah, okay. That's a big top pairing. Holy moly. I think Sean Walker's the smallest guy on almost our entire team, apart from, of course, we have Blake Lizotte, but actually, yeah, our team's kind of all over the place. We have quite a few 6-foot-something guys. Then we've got a few 5'8", 5'9" guys. Yeah, it's an interesting mix for sure. All right, let's see how the AHL looks. Some decent players down there, obviously. And yeah, Brezo did not make it, but he'll definitely be the captain of the AHL. And then, yeah, the defense down there is questionable at best. So, and then, of course, we got Kevin Lankinen starting in there, so can't really complain about that. All right, as far as captaincies go, this is the AHL, obviously. So Lomberg is not getting it. It will be Justin Brezo. And then we can go Lomberg and Hunt as the alternates. But I got to jump back in, edit the NHL lines, and then go back out to actually get this to work properly for the set captains. And there we go. All right, so do we name Marchesseault captain? I mean, that would kind of make sense. Who should our captain be, guys? I would love to know from the chat who you think our captains should be. I'm not really feeling Iafallo, honestly. Like, I would rather give Vasilyev an A as a rookie, which is hilarious, but he is that good. We could also go with Chris Tanev as a potential captain, but anybody else who's there, let me know. We are rolling with 13 viewers still. Oh, did I give Braz an A? Okay, we'll have to go change that. That was my bad. I meant to give him the C. But yeah, that's our numbers at least. But yeah, let me know who are we naming captain in the NHL. Are we naming anybody captain in our inaugural year? Might not be a bad idea to not name anybody captain. Oh, I just did it again. Goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. Now when I hit captaincies, we should have, yeah, I absolutely gave Brazo an A instead of a C. All right, so we're just going to lock it down like that for now. And yeah, Halifax Huskies should be a fun team too. But yeah, I need your guys' input. No captain? No captain. All right, I'm fine with no captain. That works for me. Because, yeah, if we look at the overall value that our team has so far, give Vinny the C. We're not going to give Vinny the C. I thought about it, but no. That would be funny. That would be funny for sure. I don't quite think he's captain material. I think he's close, but no, if anything, it would either be Chris Tanev, Jonathan Marchesseault, or I don't know, maybe like... Oh, I just realized we have the Tanev brothers. That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that both of them went undrafted. But that is the case. Well, apologies, guys. Yeah, no, I think our team is pretty well set here at this point. I just need to go in now and get the scouting done and set up. And then once we have the scouts done, that's pretty much where we'll wrap up the live stream for this first go here. But yeah, I think it was a pretty successful start to the Draft to Glory here as far as winning the number 1 overall pick in, what's his name? Winning the number 1 overall pick with Oleg Vasilyev. So, looking at the upcoming draft, this guy's new, Mika Tukio. I do not know him. Everybody else, yeah, pretty much everybody else are my created players or edited players from this roster. So, yeah, okay. It's going to be a good one coming up here by the looks of it. So, I mean, we know it's going to be a good one because I've edited and made a lot of these players. Kang's a new guy, Jonathan Kang. Isn't that, what do you call it? That's like, I mean, the name Kang just reminds me of Kang the Conqueror from Marvel, but Tukio could be a potentially good option as well. I mean, obviously, anybody we get in here is going to be a potentially good option. But I don't know who we're taking yet. I mean, a Cayden Lindstrom would be pretty solid too. But yeah, that's what we're looking at for the upcoming draft class, just to start off how the rankings are started and sitting. And all right, let's finish things off here with, do we have scouting budget? We have minimal scouting budget. I'm going to have to go bump that up, because that's the reason why I play with owner mode on more than anything else, is that this operations budget is huge for scout salaries and scout travel. We are really not so worried about our advertising and promotion. We will bump up the arena ops a little bit, but not much. Not much at all. So, all right. Let's go hire one more scout. We want Daniel Days, preferably. If he's still around, he is indeed. Daniel, please come work for our team. We need another scout there. And then, let me just hop in the random, scout relocation to see how many prospects are in each region. As far as which CHL region we're going to need. Ooh, it's close. No, it's not close, actually. It is very much the WHL has the most prospects. So we will go hire one more additional scout. Get Cole Iserman. Ooh, that would be fun. Only thing there, Ben, is that if we look at where Cole is in the draft, we guaranteed get him. He's just not going to be anywhere near the best player available. He's ranked number 10 on this board right now, which, don't get me wrong, he'd be great. But I feel like a Cayden Lindstrom would be the other piece of that line, or another piece of what could be a top line to complement. What's his name? To be a good piece to complement Vasilyev with. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm very much leaning towards potentially getting a defenseman in this first draft too, simply for the reason that it is going to be a good defenseman draft. That's just simply how it's going to be. There's no doubt about that. Aaron Kiviaru's ranked 27th. It's going to be a good defenseman draft. But we might end up with a guy like Chernyshov, who could be pretty good I think I might have him as a playmaker too, honestly. But Matt Greden could be okay. Henry Muse could be okay. There are options here for who we could potentially add in this draft. And then, of course, we're going to have the full scouting report by the end of the season, too, which is the other thing that's really going to make this a lot easier. I know Christian Kirsch turns out to be another, medium starter goalie, so that's probably another guy we're going to have a chance to go for. And then after that, it's kind of up in the air. It's all going to come down to my scouting and how well I do my scouting. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But looks like a few guys for sure made it through from the last draft. Guys like DeAndre Turco and Vladimir Zayuzin. That's a fun name. Zayuzin. But, yeah, okay. We're rolling right up on the 2-hour mark here, so I'll get this last little bit of the scouting done. and then we will call it a stream, because yeah, it has been a great stream so far. I really have had a good time with it. I hope you guys have too. If you have, of course, make sure you're dropping a like on the video. If you're somehow not subscribed to the channel and watching this live stream, then what are you doing? Please go subscribe. We're going to sign Braylon MacArthur here as well. And that should be good for the scouting team, at least, because yeah, once we get the scouting team set up, then we really get things rocking and rolling here. So we'll advance just a day or two. And all right, we do get MacArthur. Did we get Days? I don't think we did. Not yet, at least. Yeah, okay. So we didn't get Days yet, so we're just waiting for him to sign. So we will... it's advance right through. We're not going to do any budget allocation because I already did that. Hello, Days. There we go. Okay, so we finally get Daniel Days, and now we have a full scouting team, which is awesome. And yeah, anybody else that you guys think we should really be targeting in this first draft, I would love to hear your feedback in the chat, because that's exactly why we have the chat. So... all right, we will run 7 scouts in the CHL to start. And yeah, as far as actual scouting goes, guys, I mean, for all of you who are like, for all of you who are questioning why scouting's so hard, please go watch my scouting tutorial. I know it's a long video, but that video is exactly why, that video is made for you guys, as far as I'm trying to help you all out and get better at scouting. So we're gonna have to Zayuz in with that first scout. So yeah, like this is how we do it. We do an additional. We start off by doing just a play style scouting report. It's really quick. It's like 1 day per player kind of thing. And then when you do that, you get more potential to find guys. Oh my god, there are so many Russian guys. We might actually have to go get another Russian scout. That's insane. Okay. I knew the SHL was going to be busy. I just didn't realize it was going to be this busy as well. Or sorry, SHL Liga. I knew the Liga was going to be this busy. But yeah, we are a few days behind. Obviously, if you start this type and this style of scouting on the 19th, like the first day of the next season, it makes it fit a lot better than it's currently fitting here. As you can see, we're only going up to October 1st, and when we do that, we only get like 10 or 12 play styles done for players at most, probably less than that. And that's okay, because I know it's not going to drastically affect how our scouting reports come out. It's going to affect it a little bit, but not a ton. So yeah, if you guys go and do this exactly the way I'm doing it, you're probably going to have a decent chance of getting good scouting reports. But all right, I'm looking at the chat here. Lindstrom would be a good player. Yes, absolutely, I would agree with that, as far as to complement and fit with Oleg Vasilyev. Oleg Vasilyev. I'm going to struggle with the name for the start here. Vasilyev. It's like, yeah, okay. And then Levshinov. Hockey Visuals commented Artem Levshinov. Yeah, Levshinov is going to be a good one too, potentially. That's a guy we're going to look at. I mean, obviously, we got Levshinov in the Chicago series, so we know that he has potential to become a high-end defenseman. But we'll see what we can do with that, obviously. And then, there are quite a few other really good American guys in there that you can see. Guys like Trevor Connolly and Cole Iserman and such that we might not necessarily have the picks for, but you never know. So yeah, the initial scouting here is pretty sad, but it is what it is, because we don't really get any other opportunities to do this first strip of scouting otherwise. So yeah, as we just finish up the scouting here quickly, this is where I'm going to start to wrap up the live stream because this is the boring part, and then we'll start the sim in the next one. Ben Parker said Lindstrom, Boyum, or Silayev would all be great. Is it Silayev or is it Silayev? It's probably Silayev. That's how I've heard most people say it. I say Silayev because I guess I'm silly. I don't know. But yeah, there's so many players. Like pretty much anybody we get is going to be a nice building block kind of piece for this team because we are going to be rebuilding for probably a decade before we're actually ready to go, at least from how I'm viewing this. I know some of you guys are like, oh, we're going to win first season. We might get that crazy like sim glitch where you just start winning games where it's like, how did we just beat the like 40-2 Bruins with our like 28-23 team, and then we just sneak into the playoffs or something like that. Like that happens sometimes in these sims. So we'll see. That's for the next stream. Obviously, I mean, it would be nice to do a season per stream, but that's probably pushing it just a little bit because there's so much scouting to do and it just takes so much time. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys for sticking around for this entire live stream. And yeah, we will start off the season simulation in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed, again, make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications. And of course, leave comments on the video as well. Thank you to everybody who is in the chat and able to make the live stream. I appreciate your time out of the day to come watch and support. And we got off to a good start, and I am super excited for what the future holds for the Newfoundland Growlers here in this Draft Glory series. So that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have yourself a great day. To everybody there in the chat, same to you there, Real Divinity, and everybody else. And thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.